Hi there guys, it's Mike from the Jessops Academy team, and today I have something incredible. This is the S1, one of Panasonic's brand new full-frame mirrorless cameras. And I am going to take you through the specs. Lee and Ian from the team are going to take you through their first impressions when they had a chance to play with it. This is our first look. Panasonic have very kindly provided us with a pre-production sample of the new S1. Its magnesium alloy body makes it really durable and aids in the new heat sinking system for the Venus engine to keep heat away from the sensor and processors. It has dust proofing, splash proofing and freeze proofing down to -10. The button layout is new and some of the buttons are illuminated, perfect for low light work. You have two card slots, one is for SD, the other is XQD. Now, it's a bigger camera than most Panasonics, which means it has a bigger battery, and this battery can do up to 1100 shots on a single charge. You'll also find ports on the other side with a full-sized HDMI out and a USB-C, which gives power options, as well as headphone and microphone jacks. It has a touch screen which is articulated, and the articulated screen is designed to be durable. It is giving you the bomb-proof camera you need to be out in the field. Let's talk about the internals of the S1. It has a 5.1 million dot EVF. This is the brightest and the best EVF Panasonic have ever made. It has a 24 megapixel sensor and the S1R has a 47 megapixel sensor. They both shoot at up to 9 frames per second and the sensor is stabilized. The dual IS in this camera is really good and it has a new intelligent feedback so it can tell you when you're shooting where the stabilization is most working and where the shake is coming from. There are 225 AF points in this camera and it can focus at up to -6 EV. Now the focusing system is incredible. It is run by a deep learning autofocus algorithm and it works wonders on all of the modes. It has facial recognition and IAF, but the IAF has been improved that you can just use the joystick to switch between the left and the right eyes whenever you want. It has body tracking and animal tracking, perfect for sports and wildlife, and gives you crisp, clean and fast autofocus every time you need it. The focus can be controlled on the touchscreen using Touch AF and Touch Shutter, so you can take the photo whilst focusing. To change the focusing areas, you can use pinch and zoom on the touchscreen. It's really designed to be as user-friendly as possible. When it comes to video functions on the S series, the S1 is the more video-centric, with 4K at up to 60 frames per second and up to 180 frames per second using full 1080p. You can record in 422 10-bit using Rec 709, and when using your color profiles, you have full knee control. If you use an external recorder, you can take advantage of the live output, and it has up to 8K when using the time-lapse mode. Along with the two new cameras, Panasonic have released 3 lenses, the 24-105, the 70-200, both f4, and the 50mm 1.4. There will be more lenses released in 2019 and in 2020. Both cameras use the L mount, and there will be lenses from Sigma and Leica, as well as an EF to L mount adapter. This means you don't have to worry about lenses for your new Panasonic. Now, unfortunately, I haven't had much of a chance to play with this camera yet, but Lee and Ian both were able to take time out to have a play with the camera, so let's see what they thought.
There's quite a lot that I like about this camera straight away. First of all, sort of size, it feels great in the hands. It's for me, I've got quite big hands and the slightly larger grip works really well for me. There's a couple of things that are just really tactile to get to. I love that they've got the white balance, the ISO button and the exposure compensation pushing buttons just across the top there. And then we've got a little toggle switch down the bottom here that switches it into silent shooting mode. That, for me, shooting a wedding, in the ceremony, for example, or during the speeches, that would be great. People wouldn't necessarily know that I'm shooting, so I'll get a lot more kind of natural reactions. The viewfinder is incredible. It's absolutely insane. That viewfinder alone would make me buy this camera. It's incredibly clear and bright. So that's kind of much more like looking through an SLR to me. So that's why I like it. And then just the fact that everything's kind of to one hand down the right hand side, so everything's really tactile, and it's just really easy to get on with. The autofocus is insane. It's incredibly quick. And having the ability to switch eyes with the IF is you know, that's different gravy. Nobody else does that as far as I know. But yeah, love it. Absolutely brilliant camera.
Yeah, my first impressions are really positive. The first thing that absolutely blows you away is the viewfinder. I really agree with Lee on everything he said, but the viewfinder is just insane. If you're a DSLR user and you've been waiting for, you know, that mirrorless camera to come along, which matches a DSLR in terms of daylight viewing, this is the closest you're going to get. It is unbelievable. The camera itself, ergonomically, is fantastic. You know, if you've got big hands like I have, you know, it's a really, really nice grip. Focusing system, awesome. Again, with animal detection as well, that works every time. Is beautiful. I want to talk also about the lenses as well. Panasonic have released 3 lenses with this camera, the 70-200 f4, which is on currently, 24-105 f4, and also a 50mm. Now, I haven't seen the 50mm yet, but I have seen the MTF charts for all 3. They do not disappoint, and using the lenses, these 2 I've used, and they are brilliant, really, really good. Just like Lee said, ergonomically, this is fantastic. Everything's at hands touch. You know, you've got a button that you would need for everything. If you're a professional user or a keen amateur, everything's set up really well thought out. And you can tell they've taken a lot of time and effort thinking about it, at how photographers actually work. So my first impression, pretty awesome.
Thank you so much to Lee and Ian for taking the time out. I'm sure that wasn't too much of a hardship for you guys. Now, if you would like more information on this camera, you can check it out at jessops.com, and while you're there, have a look for our touch and try days. It could be your first chance to get hands-on with your new camera. Now, thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, give us a like and hit subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you always see when we release our latest videos. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.